Thank you for browsing page 121. Today we're going to jump into the player's handbook and we're going to look at an 8th level spell, and that is Incendiary Cloud. A spell of dubious worth, I think, and I think way higher level than it should be. You have to be 16th level to cast this guy. But let's take a look at it. Alteration Evocation spell, level 8, 30-foot range. Duration is 4 rounds plus 1 to 6 rounds. Area of effect is special. Verbal, somatic, and material components. 2-segment casting time, which is short for an 8th level spell. And saving throw for half. An Incendiary Cloud spell exactly resembles the smoke effects of a pyrotechnic spell, except that its maximum dimensions are a cloud of 10-foot height by 20-foot length and breadth. This dense vapor cloud billows forth, and in the 3rd round of its existence, it begins to flame, causing half hit point damage per level of the caster who cast it. So if I'm 16th level caster, it causes 8 points of damage. On the 4th round, it does 1 point of damage per level, and on the 5th round, it again drops to half hit point and then runs through the rest of the duration of the spell. And then the flames burn out. Any successive rounds of existence are simply harmless smoke which obscures vision within its confines. Creatures within the cloud need make only 1 saving throw if it's successful, but if they fail the first, they roll again on the 4th and 5th rounds if necessary to attempt to reduce damage sustained by 1/2. In order to cast this spell, the magic user must have an available fire source, just as the pyrotechnic spell, scrapings from beneath a dung pile, that's interesting, and a pinch of dust. I like the dung and the poop and the rotten eggs and stuff needed with some of these various cloud spells. It's kind of funny. But let's go into this a little bit. So what you're looking at, 2-segment casting time, which is very, very nice, but you have to be 16th level to cast this, and you get 4 rounds plus 1 to 6 rounds of existence. So as little as 5 and as much as 10. This doesn't start doing much damage until the 4th round. It does 1 point of damage and does half. And then it talks here about they can roll in 4th and 5th round to attempt to reduce damage sustained by 1/2. That would imply that all of it can be reduced by 1/2. So the first couple of rounds, you're only looking at 8 points of damage, possibly only 4 with a saving throw. And then the 4th and 5th, you're looking at, it begins, on the 3rd round, it begins to flame, causing half hit point per level of the caster. 4th round does 1 point of damage, and on the 5th round, it drops to half again. So really, you don't get a lot of benefit of this spell. Even at full damage, 1 hit point per level is 16, with a saving throw for half is 8. You can do more damage with a fireball. I always question this spell's inclusion. I have used it on players. I've never, I don't think I've ever seen a player cast it at my table, but I have used it on players just to see what their reaction would be. And it's not much of anything. The players just don't seem to be too concerned about this spell, and I think rightly so. There are a lot of spells. Delayed Blast Fireball, which is a level lower, will yield much more damage than this spell will. This is more of a spell to deter something from coming at you, but if you're this high level, you shouldn't be that worried about something getting close to you. It's just how I feel about it. Let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just a wonderful spell and I'm using it wrong. I can see definite benefits for it as far as using it to deter something from coming close to you, just a way to kind of guard a passage or something. Again, this is another spell that is a dungeon favorite. I think it's written for that, and I think a lot of these spells were little spells that they tried out in early days of AD&D and they included in the books, but I still question how much use this spell ever really saw. If I were to include this spell at 8th level, I probably would double the values for damage, and have it start dealing the damage on the 1st round, and then max out maybe on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds, something like that. So you'd be looking at a 16th level magic user. You'd be dealing with, on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds, you'd be dealing at 2 points per level instead of 1, so 32 points of damage. Still potential saving throw for half. Now, if I did it that way with those hit points involved, I probably would do a separate saving throw for each round the creature was in the cloud. That would also give good incentive for anybody that's in the cloud to get out of the cloud. That's just my thinking. Let me know what you think. Have you used this spell? And if so, is it a good spell? Maybe I'm underestimating it. Maybe there's just something really great that I'm not seeing in it. I don't understand, but let's take a look. Leave comments below. Also, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell your friends. I'm still trying to grow the channel. Also, take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. That's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.